Hello, everyone. Good evening. Welcome to your Sunday Tonic conversation with the Love Crusader. And it promises to be another exciting episode today. It's another love seat, one of my favorite parts of our conversation, because love seat is when you get personal. We go down and we get personal. So I get to bring to you a lovely couple, a husband and a wife, in this age where marriage is, going somehow. They come to tell us what makes them tick, why they are still husband and wife. And maybe, just maybe, one person might just like their love story and be encouraged that, marriage is still worth it. Because what we are hearing these days, the Lord help us, why am I fast forwarding? Welcome. If this is your first time on this platform, this is what we call Conversation with the Love Crusader. We have fun conversations about relationships, about family, about love, and about life. And we are always live every Sunday evening at 6 p.m. on YouTube at Men Fences TV, on Facebook at Men Fences, and on my personal profile on LinkedIn. So follow us on all of these platforms so you don't miss any of our episodes. All right, down to introductions. My co-host Emmanuel is here. We've missed him.
Hello.
Welcome back.
Thank you. Good to be back. We're going to have a great time today.
Yes, we will. We will. And oh, yes, now to the very special couple that we have on the love seat. We started this thing calling it the hot seat. And then inspiration came to us that Ambanu. It's not hot, it's love. Everything about us is love. Everything about this platform is love. It's why I'm called the Love Crusader. We are here to just talk love. Do love, be love, and everything is love. So welcome to our love seat, David and Sarah Obayoje.
Thank you.
The conodrum and the prophetess. Say what to the people. Welcome, David. Welcome, Sarah.
Thank you very much, everyone. Thank you, Ma. Thank you, Doctor. Thank you for having us. We really appreciate this opportunity. We don't take it lightly, and we're grateful. Thank you so much.
You are welcome. You are welcome. David and Sarah are proud fathers of two lovely daughters. They are going to tell you that story, so I won't do the storytelling. That is why they are here. And on the love seat, we always have three compulsory questions. Two first at the beginning, and then one at the end. But in the middle, we have all of the ones that you have to choose by yourself. We don't want to put you in a tight corner. The one that just have fun and be real and be yourself. Okay. Let's get down to it. Very, very first question: how did you meet? Simple. You see? How did you meet? Who wants to tell us, David or Sarah?
Okay. We grew up together. I started knowing Sarah at some point. I think CVLC started in 1996, and it was until 97 or late 96 that your dad brought you to Abuja. So as at that time, there was no children church yet, so they just came as little, children. Her elder brother is one of my bosom friends, so we were really close. Lukman, growing up together, playing video games, and just messing around. And he had a younger brother and two younger sisters. His house at some point growing up was our center for PlayStation and all the games. So we just grew up as a family. We did everything together in church. So as much as possible, I would say she grew up like a sister to me. Because as at when we were even talking of marriage and all that,
sister, brother. Okay.
we had known ourselves almost all our lives. Because I'm talking about 97. She was probably about 8 or 9 years old, and I was about yes. So we didn't like ourselves growing up. So it's not as if we were close all along.
Okay.
But however, we've known ourselves, so there was no place where we met for the first time because all our lives we grew up together.
So how did the toasting happen? If you grew up together all your life, how did the toasting happen, Sister Sarah? How did sister, because I say you were like a sister, how did sister now become wife?
The long story.
Please summarize it. We have, we have a very short time.
Let me take it back. Okay. I think this was in 2010,
Okay.
and there was a wedding in church where I had to be the bridesmaid, and he was the best man in the wedding.
God bless that wedded that day. Okay, go on. Interesting.
And it was like he mentioned something like I'll marry you or something like that. It was because my husband is a very funny person and he jokes a lot. So he just said it in passing, and I was like, "Who's this one?" Like, then yeah, then he asked me. I don't know. You asked me if I had someone. I said yes. I'm in a relationship, and it was like that relationship will end. It's going to pray for the relationship to end. I was like, "What's wrong with this one?"
The right word. I said you scatter.
Okay. So I think 6 to 7 months after that wedding, he as at that time the relationship had ended naturally. This scatter just ended, and then
whichever way, somebody left the way for somebody to come in. Go on.
Yeah, and then he came and asked me, one particular, because we're both in the same choir, and then one particular rehearsal, after the rehearsals, he said, if he could drop me at home. So why not? That was when we started talking, and he asked me if I was still in a relationship. I was like, no, the relationship, I'd even forgotten about the joke he made
The
at the
prophecy.
wedding.
Hallelujah.
So when he dropped me at home, he now said, "Sarah, I will marry you." I'm like, who's this one? Like, what audacity? Why? And then after that, we started talking. Before then, we don't talk at all. Like, me and him don't sit down to talk. But after that day, send ourselves messages. How are you? How is it going? Blah blah blah. So kept on saying that he would like to. He didn't really even say he wants me to be his girlfriend. He said he wants to marry me. I'm like, what's wrong with, like, is that how they do things? That's not how they do things. Like, then okay, now I said, let's just be friends. I told him, let's just be friends. I went as far as asking my siblings, like, what do you think about this guy? Oh, this is David Obayoje, pastor's son. Like, he's becoming serious. So he's always sending me messages, calling me, coming to the house more often. I knew he used to come to the house before, but at a time, especially the period I left school and all that, he stopped coming. So all of a sudden, he started coming again. And it's not as if my brothers were always around to play game. He'll just be coming to visit. I'm like, this guy, what's it? Then we started talking. And then I finally said, okay, let's start something. And he told me this was in 2011. He said, this is 2011. We'll get married in 2014. Give me 3 years. So I'm like, see you. Because everything just started as a joke, Sha. And then before we knew it, love started falling inside the old mix, and then the rest is history. 2014, we got married, and here we are.
Man, this is a very, very fantastic story. Somebody might think I should know this, but I don't. So, David, you just saw a sister. You don't even say, sister, can I get to know you? I will marry you. I will marry you. Okay, second compulsory question. I didn't create it. It has been here. it's David that has to answer this now, because now it was obviously that David was the pursuer, the professor in 3 years' time. What was the attraction, David? What attracted you? What made you so sure?
Okay. I schooled in Abuja University, and I had one or two relationships that were not so wonderful. The experiences, sometimes when I gist with my father will tell me, "Who sent you? Na school I sent you go." I miss my dad. All right, so it wasn't so wonderful, the experiences I had, and for a very long time I've been noticing Sarah. She was very, very industrious, very in the youth fellowship in church. She was a secretary, while I took several roles, and most of the times we were both the most consistent, because Sarah was very, very consistent in everything she did. And I just like the fact that she was a fantastic organizer. Almost anything you put in her hand will not spoil. She goes to extra lengths to make sure everything we had to do was a success. I like the fact that in her house, she was like assistant mommy. She was looking out for everybody. Lukman is my friend. Lukman is similar in age and everything. She's younger than us, but she was always looking out for even Lukman, my other brother, looking out for everyone. She was like assistant to her dad, because as at that period was when her mom was still in the UK. So I was attracted to the maturity. I was attracted to she was displaying mommy virtues that I felt I needed, because I was just a baby boy that had a lot of play and jumping up and down in his head. I needed somebody that was calmer, somebody that was more mature, which she is, and somebody who will always bring my head down and say, pay attention, because sometimes I don't. So there were lots of virtues in her. Obviously, she's a beauty, very, very beautiful woman. She has the physical attributes I needed, and so you said, it's not all you have. Nobody's perfect. But she just filled in. And I had several things. The reason it looked as though my plans for the marriage and everything looked like a prayer or looked like prophecy was I had a plan. I had English, sorry. I came out from things that were not so wonderful. So I had times where I had, prayed seriously, and then I had taken it to the spiritual levels of prayer to say, okay, this is what I want, God. This is the nature of the kind of woman. This is my plan. Because at the time I was even asking her out, I had not gone for NYSC. I had not gone for NYSC while she has finished NYSC and was already working. She had finished NYSC and she was already working. I had not gone for NYSC. So even if I was her senior in age, she was faster, because you know how Nigerian system is. I went to Abuja University. She went to a private school. So it was faster for her. So it was just God. That's what I was saying. So if you're asking me what attracted me to her, I had the things listed to say, okay, God, this is what I want from you. But I prayerfully looked for those virtues, and she was the only one among my circle, because, as a pastor's child and all that, my circle would likely be people in church and all that after school. And she was just the obvious only one that, fit into that prayer chart I had.
Wow. Fantastic.
I have a follow-up question to that.
Please
actually,
go on.
For each of you. This has been a beautiful story. Thank you for sharing, actually.
Yes.
I'm just knowing this for the first time too.
You
So
see?
wonderful. I think my question is, at what point did you become convinced that it was David? And at what point did you become convinced that it was Sarah? Was there a specific thing that happened, or a specific season maybe in your life? Maybe it was personal, something going on with you personally, and you got to the point and said, okay, I'm convinced it's her and no one else. So did you have that kind of point, and what was that point for both of you, each of you?
Okay, I think mine came first before her own, so let me answer first, because I was the one that was firstly English. I was the first to be convinced. about the wedding we had in 2010, I was joking with her, but at the same time, I had some level of seriousness. But because at this period, male pride and all that, I don't want to fall my hand, so you can't just jump into something without getting information to know that there's something to jump into. So I was using code and normal street sense to find out what's going on in her life, because we're still friends. Even if these times we're now beginning to talk small, we see ourselves, we gist, to do things together in youth fellowship, not like before where we were not talking. So, but when I was convinced was the Easter camp, the week before the week I asked her out. That's Easter camp. And she was part of the people in choir that they gave the responsibility to, always go and get our food for choir, go and take care of people and all that. I was everywhere. You know how Easter camp can be. People are Easter camp people. So I was everywhere. Most of the times I was going to skip meals. And throughout that Easter camp, she was just consistently keeping my own meals for me. She started on the first day, she was sent, like an errand. Then she just continued it. She just continued it after that time. And what that did to my head or something, because sincerely, she was already in my head before even this Easter camp. So what that did to my head was this lady that you've had attraction for, you've been praying about and all that. Why don't you just probably have, a conversation with her to just find out what is the state of things and all that. And that story she gave, there's a little difference. So I will edit it small because what happened was we came for rehearsal after the Easter camp. Like I said, it was my head. And we came for rehearsal, and almost all the choir members came late. And it was mostly like that then, So I came for rehearsal, that's the week after, the next Saturday. And most times after the Easter camp program, lots of people are tired or something. So it was maybe that's why most of them came late. And I went to church and I met Sarah. She was already sitting in the choir seat. We started talking. And that was when I actually asked her the question of, okay, how far? That's my, I told you that thing will scatter. Has it scattered yet? I was like, which thing? Something that I've ended 6. I said, you didn't tell me. By now, we would have moved far with our life. I told you that we're going to get married. I was like, what's wrong with you? Now, that moment, I followed her home. We spoke for long, and I was already convinced. The reason being that, like I tell her every time, and like I tell people, I felt like I was back home, or I felt home in my spirit. I had never been so comfortable and felt a calmness, calmness, like I was home with the way I felt to Sarah. And sincerely, Sarah was not the first lady I've been close to. Yes, I've had many ladies I've been close to, not necessarily relationship, but you know me, I'm very playful, so I've just been everywhere. But what Sarah brought to my life that evening was a calmness I have never experienced in my life before. And I felt like home. She felt to me like an Obayoje. I don't know how to explain it. She felt to me like the younger sister I never had. Oh. So I just knew that this was something that I'm not going to play with. This was not a discussion of boyfriend, girlfriend. From that day one, I started making plans with her. Plans about 2014 and how we'll go about 2014.
Okay. Summary, please, Sister Sarah, because there's still a lot to get through.
Yeah.
Oh.
So I just wanted to ask him, so it's food that made you make
Oh my goodness, Sarah, you couldn't disappoint me.
Very important thing. This African, they say it's one way to show an African man that you care. You have to cook food. So for you to, sister, you're a very wonderful sister. Well done, hardworking sister. In the kitchen department, going to keep food for a brother. Sisters who are still single, are you hearing? They're dropping pointers. Attend camp meeting. Keep food for a brother. Don't just go there and squeeze your face. And
go for rehearsal early.
That's what I like most. It's good to be punctual. Go early, don't go late. Oh, okay. So I say your own very quickly before.
Mine was a bit different. First of all, I don't want to sound very spiritual, but the truth was that I prayed very much about it, and this prayer is something I've been praying for a long time, even before even before we started dating, and I kept on praying that prayer, and my prayer was always if it's not your will, let this thing just end. I don't want to go too deep into this relationship and at the end of the day become something else. As you know. So when I knew and I was convinced that he was the one, um I saw some attributes in him that I felt, okay, this is someone that um I need in my life. He was more financially prudent than I was. He knew how to keep money. He knew how to um what do you call it?
Analyze.
Analyze. He's a very intelligent person as well. And I like to see myself as a saposexual person, someone that's attracted to the mind. I was very attracted to his mind as well. And I saw him as someone that could lead me. I didn't want someone that I'll be telling what to do all the time. I needed someone that could lead, and I'll say, okay, what you're saying makes sense.
Hmm.
So during the period of our relationship, those were the things that I saw. I was like, okay. So it was not just one event that happened that made me say this is the person. It was over the period of time, and those were the things that made me say yes, this is
I like
him.
that. I like that last point, and I'm very fascinated by it. And unfortunately, it's a big challenge for a lot of guys these days. Even today, after church service, I and Titi were just having a conversation, and we're talking about what sisters are going through, the kind of brothers and men. I'm sorry, I'm not bashing guys. That, a lot of them are meeting these days. I mean, I have a grown daughter. She comes back and tells me some conversation with some people. You don't know maturity in the conversation. There's no, that intelligence, like you're saying now, somebody should be able to match your intelligence. Someone that can lead. Okay, let me not, because now I'm going to start preaching a sermon and then the whole time will go. All right, let's go into the fun questions. This is my fun part of it, because now
Okay.
you're choosing your questions for yourself, and whatever you get is your choice. It is not me. I'm not the one forcing the question now. Question 1
All
to
right.
20. Pick a number.
Together or
Any
individually?
number you like, whoever.
Number
Whoever,
one.
both of you will answer. 1. Number 1. That's all right.
Hey.
So please, let's summarize so that we can answer as many questions as is possible. Because some of the questions might sound like it's long, but we just want you to hit the nail on the head, okay? Question 1
Mhm.
says, what was your worst fight about? First of all, how long have you people been married? Let people hear. How long have you been married?
It will be 9 years in September.
Wonderful. You guys don't get
Congratulations.
just
9
9 years.
years. Good job. Well done. Now. How time flies. Okay. Anyway, so listen, in this 9 years, what has your worst fight been about, and what 3 lessons did you learn from it?
Okay, I'll answer this one.
Thank you.
I was just asking. The worst one was during the lockdown period. That lockdown was a trying period because we're always at each other's face all the time, 247.
Good.
And I think that period, it was always playing games, video games. And then me, I was always playing game too on my phone. And I was also burdened with the fact that I need to clean, cook, 247, morning food, afternoon food, evening food for the children, for him. So it became too much for me at a point. So I think our wedding album, the children took it and tore it or something. And I was with them, so I wasn't concentrating, and he became very angry about it. Like, what I did, that's when I now brought it up. But you're always playing game. So the thing escalated, and we didn't talk for like a week. That was the first time that kind of thing happened. I was staying in one room, he was staying in another room.
Wow.
And I was like, the devil was telling him, don't, you're always asking for, you're always apologizing, don't do it. Me, my strong head, I was like, this thing, I'm not going to apologize. So for like a week, we didn't talk to each other in that house.
All
And it's
right.
unlike him, because he does not know how to keep malice. So like, so that very time, I think we had one service like that. That was when the lockdown was easing up a bit. So I went to church and I was like, this is unlike David. This one is devil's hand that is inside this thing. So, so that day after church evening program, I now went to apologize to him and everything. It was a very serious because it brought out a lot of things that were both keeping in our minds, and the argument brought it out, and so that was like the most. We've never had that kind of fight that for a whole week we won't talk to each other at all. So that was, and what I learned from that was is that don't take people for granted. The fact that it's always apologizing, that doesn't mean that you take that for granted. Always apologize too, and even if you feel you are, because see, tomorrow I still feel I was not wrong, but even if you feel you are wrong, you are right. Go and apologize. So that's what I got from that fight.
Okay, David, don't tell us what caused the fight. We already know what caused the fight. What did you learn from the fight?
Wow, we've had so many fights, but
That
That's
one
the for her. Yeah.
I think that's the strongest for her because of the way I acted. But I can't remember the details of. I know what I learned in that period was, like she said, I've always felt as the leader of the home, I should always serve. And because of that, I try to kill my pride anytime we have any disagreement, and I'm always first to apologize. The reason is I don't even know how to sleep in the same house, carrying face with somebody. What if devil touch her in the night, she carry a knife and pick my neck, and I just die for nothing? So yeah, that's on a lighter note. Sorry, she has told you I can be. You will know me. I'm my siblings. You know how I can be. So I'm sorry. Let me be serious again.
Sorry, go on, be yourself.
So let me be serious. Let me be serious again. All I'm trying to say is I don't know how to carry that weight because it's just too heavy for my chest. So as much as possible, I like us to sit down. My apologies are always coming with some kind of conversation, and I apologize. So I think what that particular episode, like you said, explained to her and also myself is maybe not to take each other for granted. And from my own perspective, I should also not expect perfection all the time, because things can go south, and I should reduce the way I blame people when things go south, because it's one major weakness I know I've had.
So is it safe to say then that domestic roles and responsibilities may have been what triggered your worst fight? Yeah.
That's the one that's, like I said, the one that particular one. Like, we've had many fights, and
Okay.
for me, I have other ones that I can just remember as a flash, like worse, But
Okay.
yes, I wouldn't say domestic roles. How do I say this? There are other things, but yes,
I
it's one of
understand you. Don't mind
it. Yeah.
Emmanuel.
Yes.
Don't mind Emmanuel. We can't talk about all the fights here today.
Of course.
Yes, exactly. So, but one of the worst fights we had, domestic roles. Yes. Yeah.
The one Sarah has picked, that's what we can pick from it, that it was from, the roles. One person I think it wasn't just about the roles, it was about one person not feeling the other person's help. That teamness or teamwork was not there. And that's the time you're talking about during the lockdown was a very testing time for a lot of couples. Counselors and counseling tripled. Marriages, divorce was on one of the highest rise, because for a lot of people, running out of the house in the morning, you run out, you come back in the evening, you miss yourself, it was helpful. But now when they had to really sit together, they now saw some really, really ugly sides of each other for so long, and it was a testing time. Well, thank God. You see, the thing is, there would be fights. That's the essence of this question. Because when we say 9 years, now somebody will say, oh my God, they did 9 years. 9 years doesn't mean that all the 9 years Sarah was smiling and all the 9 years David was smiling. But they are still here. They've had the fight, they've made up, and they're still here. So don't let that fight end your relationship. All right.
Just to add something, I know you want to go. We hardly fight, so please, so that people will not. Because there was a time I heard some people say it's normal for couples to fight all the time. I don't subscribe to that. We hardly fight.
You hardly fight.
Yeah, we hardly fight.
That's nice. That's interesting. Fantastic. Okay, one more question before we go on a short break.
Pick a number.
Pick a number. Now
Okay.
2 to 20.
25.
Oh. Question 5. This one is very simple. 3 words. 3 words answer. So, give us 3 words that describe your partner. Describe your partner in 3 words. Now they think
Intelligent,
1,
leadership,
a leader, 2,
and giving.
giver, generous. Okay, 3, intelligent, leader, giver. David, only you. All right, give us your own, brother David.
Sister Sarah. But
Hey.
okay, I will start with Sarah is consistent.
Consistent.
Yes, Sarah is extremely a lot. Say just 3 words, David. Go school. Okay.
Consistent.
Okay.
Too.
Consistent, brilliant, hardworking.
Consistent, brilliant, hardworking. Wow, fantastic. Intelligent leader. Intelligent leader, generous. Consistent, hardworking, intelligent. So intelligence, jam intelligence.
Brilliant.
I'm very sure that you must have.
I'm brilliant is intelligent. So.
Oh, you are brilliant. She's intelligent. Okay. All this is Oyibo. Nice words. Hold it. We'll take a short break. Watch our banner. Go and subscribe if you've not subscribed to our pages so you don't miss any of our shows when we are live. See you in a few seconds. Welcome back. We are back, and it is Conversations with the Love Crusader. Today, we are on the love seat with David and Sarah Obayeje. I'll tell you something later at the end. I don't want to say it now and spoil, how do they call it? The suspense of the show. But anyways, welcome back, David and Sarah. So we are at the fun questions where David and Sarah are picking their questions. And they have already picked only 2 out of the 20 we have. Okay, let's see where we can go. Yes, next question. Who wants to pick it?
16.
Long. I like this question. Okay, the question number 16. Please, one thing. When we say 1, stick to 1. Don't say 2, 3, 4. Brother David, one thing. So think very well. Question 16. What is the one thing about your upbringing that is shaping your marriage today? Whether it is something you learned from your father or your mother, something you saw in your parents' marriage that you don't want to happen to you, or something you learned as a child, and that is what is shaping how you see your marriage and how you handle your marriage today. 1. I know there might be a lot, but just 1, please. Thank you.
Mine is simple. Mine is so simple, and I think every man in my father's house has this responsibility. My father keeps saying responsibility is the true meaning of love for a man. So that has shaped us.
Fantastic. That sense of responsibility. Yeah, I like that. I'm going to type that in. A sense of responsibility. That's what makes a man a head, actually. And this is what we tell man. There's no need for you to be bragging about being the head of a home. If you actually do it, and I think that is why Sarah always talk. Okay, Sarah told us leadership. You see people. Hey, men and brethren who are watching, see, this thing is not hard. We always say it that if you provide the leadership, sister will submit. It will not be hard. But when there's nothing to submit to, why am I preaching? Sister Sarah, tell us your own.
Mine is what do you call it? Working together. I always saw my
Cooperation?
parents doing things together. Yeah, cooperation. They always, put resources together and working together. I always saw my parents do that right growing up. So when it was time for me to do mine, it was easier for me to do it because of what I learned from that.
Fantastic. That's also a great thing because, I mean, teamwork, that's what it's about. It makes the ride more simple when we are doing it together. We are supposed to be together. It's difficult when there are now two captains and one is going left, the other one is going right. How do you steer the ship? But like scripture will tell us that one will chase 1,000. When you now become two, look at the power of that multiplication. It's 10,000. You would have expected it to say 2,000 because you are now two, but it said 10,000. So that's a powerful one. For a woman, women hear it, collaborate. It's a team. You people are a team, work together. Oh, fantastic. I'm happy I asked you that question. All right, pick another question number.
10. Number 10.
Question number 10. Oh, thank you, Jesus. I was praying that you will pick this question because I know. Oh, hallelujah. Amen. Glory. Question number 10. Do you have a couple song? If yes, please sing it for us.
Okay.
Our song.
Woo! Sing your song. Sing your song.
We have plenty. So which one are we going to sing now?
A couple
Okay, let's
songs.
just sing one.
We want
My
them.
love,
Go on.
there's only you in my life. The only thing that's bright.
My first love.
Jesus.
I've already did it, but that's our song.
We did it together.
I love the song.
Who sang that song?
And I want to share all my love with you. No one else will do.
Okay, so
And your
see, lover boy. Hey.
Yeah,
they
choir.
tell me how much you care.
But that's not is that a godly song? Why are you people singing Kana? Okay, forget it.
It's a very gospel, it's a very godly and spiritual
About
song.
love. And Jesus about love.
Jesus is love, and we are singing about love.
Holy.
It's a spiritual song.
Okay, next question. Thank you for sharing your song with us. That's a powerful love song. I think a lot of people will love that. Yeah, go on. Next question, please.
Number 20.
Somebody says she feel oppressed already. Go and marry. Don't feel oppressed. I'm not oppressing you. We want to ginger you. So go and marry and love marriage. It's beautiful. It can work. If there's a sense of responsibility and a sense of togetherness and teamwork, it does work, people. It can work. If we're ready to work at it, it can work. All right. They say question 20. These people. People are just picking simple question. People should pick hard question now. All right. Nicest thing in this 9 years, the nicest thing your partner has ever done for you.
Wow.
Just one.
I'll go first. Just one thing. And it's consistent to what you have said. Since I married my wife have submitted all her resources, financial resources to me on a monthly basis. She has not missed a month in these 9 years. All finances.
And that's the nicest thing she's done for you?
Are you people, that is, we're talking about joint accounts, not in the sense of control.
It's not joint accounts. I get the alert for her salary. I get the alert for everything financial for my wife. She submits everything to me.
Yeah, but that's for the general running of your home, right? It's not like she's
for me,
giving you
I don't
money
take
for
it
you to go
lightly
do
because
something with her
I've not
money.
seen it. I've not seen it somewhere else. So For me, the reason I say it's the
Okay.
nicest thing, it has given us speed in our life. We've gone so far already,
Awesome.
and we have no right to be where we are today if not for that 100%
Please, can we
owner.
clone Sister Sarah? Can we clone Sarah? We need to clone Sarah. Brothers, I'm sure people, guys who are watching this are saying, my goodness, let's clone this sister and share her. What? I can't do it. Even me, I'm not fit. I'm on another verse. I surrender here now. I've
Oh,
surrendered.
really?
Sister Sarah, tell us your own. They're looking shocked. They shocked me. Now shocked me, oh.
He has done a lot of nice things, so but you know which one to pick now.
Anyone that just readily comes to mind that you think we can learn from?
He always put me first. Anytime he wants to make a decision, I guess, you know.
Why will he not put you first when you put all your life in his hand? That, these things. It's so okay. I don't want to continue talking about that. Let me not dwell on that, but it's easy for him to put you first.
Again, it was easy for me to do that because of the type of person he was. I knew he was not someone that if I give him all my resources, I knew he was not someone that would take it and go and use it to do something else, or someone that will spend it on unnecessary things. Or exactly. So it was very easy for me to do that.
Babe, your trust level is here. Yeah, I give it to you.
See, there are many people that are doing that, so that's really amazing and awesome to hear. Yeah.
Wow, really? There are many people doing that.
Oh yeah, there are. There are many.
Wow.
And it's smart because it sounds to me as though the person that is financially prudent is the person overseeing the finances.
Yeah.
So it's not just enough to say, oh, the money is under demand scale. That's not what it sounds like to me. It sounds more like, okay, you are financially prudent, so handle our finances. And it seems you've been doing a good job. Otherwise, by now she would have alternatives, right? So
Yes.
Yes, exactly.
Am I 25 years late? Next question.
Okay.
Question 17.
Now, wow. You people should pick hard question. I want you people to pick hard question. I'm not picking the cheap one. Okay. This is not too hard also. Well, let's see what you come up with. So question 17, you said, what is your most effective communication tool? Does it need explanation?
No. Mine is my mouth. I don't know what else. No, sincerely, God has probably blessed me with the gift of persuasion. And maybe because of also my training in school, I don't know, but I just feel it's a gift from God. So as much as possible, with the right words, with the right moments, with the right calmness, with the right environment, I get high into that mood and I tell her the things I need to tell her. I've always worked all my life. I'll be all our life of our marriage. So that's just
mine is WhatsApp, because I don't know how to express myself very well while speaking. So WhatsApp has helped me edit and write and edit and write and edit before I send to him. So you understand.
Do you know? I'm beginning to discover that a lot of couples do that. This WhatsApp thing. Some of the things you cannot really tell this person face to face. You say, I'm going to go and use WhatsApp to express myself and send the message, or just send a text message. Well, if it works for you, fine.
It doesn't work. Oh, the WhatsApp thing doesn't work. It doesn't work because the problem is that there's no mannerism to it. So there's a way she can say something like, "Don't say this, David." Now, don't say this, David. She can say it like, "David, don't say this." And to me, I'm interpreting it, "Don't say this, David," and it looks like she's like trying to, So it doesn't always work. Most times, it's easy for her to bring a matter up through WhatsApp. Then we always end the matter of having a conversation because WhatsApp sometimes even make it a bit worse for us because you are not seeing you're not seeing the person in front of you, so you don't understand what the person is saying well. So
I
mannerism also plays a part.
I agree with that. I totally agree with that because I like that face-to-face conversation myself. I need to be able to see your eyes when you're talking to me.
Exactly.
And my husband I think he gets tired of me and why are you turning your eyes like that? So your eyes telling me something different from what your mouth is saying. I'm talking to you. Listen to me while you're looking at my eyes, because I'm just checking all of your gestures, your hand, your body language as we're having that conversation. For me, I have to see all of that. But don't get me wrong, like it's a good way to start the conversation. Like Sarah, like you said, throw the topic out there, and then we can come back and sit down and then have a long conversation or face-to-face conversation about it. Okay, you're doing well. Well done. Let's push more questions. Pick a number again.
Question 5. 7.
Yeah, 5 is taken.
Oh, 5 is very simple.
I
5.
thought you've
I
already
thought 5
taken
was taken.
5.
Oh, sorry, 5 is taken. Yes, you now said
Yeah.
what?
7.
7. These are the kind of questions I've been waiting for people to ask since. Don't be fearing, sister. You are doing well. Don't worry. You're already doing well. Don't be afraid. Already now you have passed one big test that a lot of sisters will not pass. So just chill and relax and be very, very okay. So question 7 says, what is the one personality trait you would change in your spouse? If you had your way, what is the one thing that's a personality trait that you would change in your spouse?
Okay, let me go first. Strong head.
Ow! What
Strong
is that
head.
strong head?
And I was looking for the right English word to explain it,
Please
but
look for
it's just
it.
strong
I
head.
don't know
But
what you mean by strong head.
just give me 30 seconds. No, I don't want to use the word stubborn. I will explain why it's not just stubbornness. I wouldn't say she's stubborn, but my wife is tough. My wife is very tough. She's tougher than I am, yes, mentally. If we are faced with, let's say, adversity and a challenge and all that, most of the times I am always jumping up and down looking for solutions. And sorry about that. We have 2 little ones, and Eden is acting drama, so she has gone to handle her. So back to what I was saying. Most of the times she's calmer. Most of the times even if most of the times I take the lead in looking for solutions, but in the midst of that, you won't, because I see other couples, you see the woman, jumping up and down, fidgeting, nagging, and all that. The man cannot,
down, crying,
emotionally breaking down. That's not Sarah. That's
panicking.
not.
Why
That's
do you
not
want
Sarah.
to change that? Why do you want
Even
to
in labor ward, I see other women shouting, "Come and remove this baby! You are put here. You are a useless man," and all that. That's not Sarah.
Okay,
Sarah
so
was
you want
just
her to be
holding.
more. Is it that you want her to be more emotionally expressive?
No, I will explain it. I'm just,
Yeah, he's
like I said, I
explaining.
need small time. I will rush this. Sorry, I'll rush this.
Okay, sorry, I will
If
rush
we
you.
even have a disagreement, if you don't go and tell Sarah sorry, she's ready to stay. She'll be looking at you. And the most painful thing is that she's ready to cook for you, ready to come and ask you if you need anything and all that, but she's not talking to you. If you are, she's even academically, even in her office, everywhere, she's tough. Sarah is made of steel. And if there's anything I wish to change, there's stubbornness inside that. A person that is all this, they have some, stubbornness in that. So if I'm going to change it, I don't want her to be the opposite of that, because the opposite of that is also a bad thing. I don't want. I just want her to shift from where she is now, small, to the middle. Sometimes be soft. Sometimes be, show small emotion. Reduce this toughness. Sometimes I tell her, "You're not a man. Calm down." It's too. So if there's anything I'll change from her, it's for her to just be in the middle. That's all.
Sister Sarah, me and you were in the same WhatsApp group for that one. My husband have said to me, "You are too hard for a woman." Straight to my face. You are too hard for a woman. And I thought it was a good thing to be a tough woman, to be a strong woman. Anyway, okay, continue. Let me, Sister Sarah.
I think it's a trait for first girls.
First
Something we
daughter.
had to learn. when growing up. But anyways, my own thing that I want to change is sensitivity. I don't know how my husband can be here. I'll be cleaning, washing, take care of children, doing that, doing that. I'm obviously stressed, but if you don't come and tell him, David, see, do this, do that, help me with this, he will not, he's not very sensitive to such things. He always wants, it's not as if he's not doing it intentionally, but that's the type of person he is. He doesn't
It
pay
doesn't,
attention to
and you
details.
see now, I like it what you said, because now that's that thing you are talking about now is what we suffer as tough women, as strong
Yeah.
women. So these men always see us as we are strong, we can handle it, we can carry it, we can do it. So there has to be times when, sis, even when you can't do it, just lift your leg and form small code. Code is catching me today, or form small head.
Oh,
Okay, so what did I say?
you
But
know
you
what you said.
Anyway, I just want him to be more sensitive to things, you know.
Fantastic. Okay, great. Emmy, do you have anything to say to that before we move to the next question? Which should be
No,
our final question.
no, I don't. I don't have anything to say to that.
Okay, one last question before we go to the last final question. What number would you like?
Number 9.
Okay, I like it. Number 9. What is your favorite thing about your relationship?
Okay.
What's the favorite thing about your relationship? I know you've said a lot of things. You've talked about your consistency, the sense of responsibility, but what is the favorite thing about your relationship? And when I do couples counseling, we always call it the sweet spot. That favorite thing is your sweet spot. What is that favorite thing about your relationship?
David.
Hi,
Sarah, you already know where your husband is going. Oh Lord.
Are children watching? Can I say it?
I know what they're talking about.
Please say
But
it.
it's my most favorite now.
Say it.
It might not be your own. It's my most.
Oh
Bro,
my God.
go on and say your favorite. Be free. Let the Lord
My wife is blessed with some very good assets, and also well skilled by the gods to use those assets in. Don't be shy. Come and sit down. So I am. If it's in that side, I'm in paradise. Is one of sincerely. I don't know.
You're talking in parable. We don't know what you're talking about. What are you talking
Any married
about?
person that does not understand should go and return the marriage certificate. That's the things of the other room, the matters of the other room.
My goodness.
She has other favorite things, but for me personally, and if I want to be truthful in this platform, that's my number one. It's always Austin. Anytime I go to, that's the Lord's presence. The fellowship is very powerful.
Glory. Hallelujah.
Oh,
so the thing you love the most about your marriage is the sexual intimacy.
Doctor, you said it so well. I love it.
Okay.
I love it. I won't lie to you. I can't lie.
Awesome.
It's wonderful.
Wow. Fantastic. Right. Sister Sarah, hey, you're winning awards today. You're just winning awards. These are areas of challenge for a lot of sisters. And you have conquered both. Sexual intimacy plus financial intimacy. A1. God bless you, Sister Sarah. The Lord is your strength. Keep working hard. Okay, say your own.
I have nothing to say.
Please have something to say. David, you've done this super. Sister Sarah, tell us your own.
Our togetherness. I want it.
Which oneness and together? Just say it, so you know. You know what we are doing.
Somebody said they want you to mentor them, Sister Sarah. Somebody's applying to be your mentee, please.
Oh my God. My favorite thing is the fact that we do things together, you know. The unity in my marriage. That's my favorite thing.
Fantastic.
All around unity.
Right? She's in school right now. We're in school together. I am working in INEC. She's an INEC staff. She was in ATV in Nigeria. I'm an ATV staff. Everything we do are just is intertwined because so
And that is how
that's also beautiful.
that
But it's
is
not as
how
beautiful as the
it
first
should
one I
be.
said, please.
That is how it should be. That is how it should be. That is the two becoming one. Whatever is happening in one's life should be happening in the life of the other. Whatever one is going through, I mean, that is marriage. That's the beauty of marriage. So people, you have heard them. Okay, final question, which is always a compulsory question. And the last question. What is your advice to the unmarried? 9 years of marriage. You should have something to say to those who are not married, whether they are hoping to be married or not. What's your advice to them?
Should I go first? That's a very lengthy one, and I'll try and
Please
just
don't marry.
make it brief. I would advise those that don't marry, especially my brothers following me behind, to one, take the bold step. Mm, don't think that marriage is one very difficult thing the way the world have painted it. Marriage in Christ Jesus is not that difficult. The reason some people in Christ Jesus are looking like they are struggling is the lack of information they have, or they've not gotten to the level where they're supposed to get, knowing Christ. One, so take the bold step, number one. The second advice I will give is after taking the bold step in marriage, as much as possible, make Jesus the center of everything. As much as possible, leave Jesus is the center of everything. You wouldn't find yourself doing lots of selfish things in marriage because he's going to really work with your heart and work with you and work within you and all that. And what else? Go ahead. You will continue the advice. Sorry.
Okay.
Mine is for the ladies. If you want to get married to someone, just be someone that fears God. There are so many marriages out there, and the reason is might be because they don't really have that strong God background, God hold. The reason this marriage, like my husband said, we've had several. There are so many people that would have gone through what we've passed through, and they'll call it quits. But for God, it's God that has held us all both together, and just hold it strong. Even when you're having financial difficulty, as long as God is there, you'll be able to pull through. So yeah.
Amen.
One more thing, sorry. Marry your like. Then
Say it again.
marry your like. Marry the one. Just today, I had she dragged me and said we should take some pictures. Me, I don't like pictures. I decided to post the pictures on our status, and I had so many people telling me, this is your younger sister, And this, I don't just know. I was not telling my wife, that's what you done the ugly. That's on the lighter mode. But sincerely, marry your like. If you're in a financial state, my advice is I don't believe you should leave your state and you go for probably a woman that maybe is a billionaire or something. I don't know. It might work for you, but just be prepared with some consequences that you might not be able to deal with. Or you go and meet, maybe you are a normal civil servant, you are trying to arrange yourself, you go to a family where you have to be the one to sponsor the younger one, sponsor the father's business, sponsor this. You break, your back will break or something, and you pour the frustration on the woman and things. So as much as possible, marry your like one. Secondly, when you are already in the marriage now, for those that are already in the marriage, just understand in your mind that there is no better marriage than the one you create. I don't know if I said that well. Yes, I think I said it well. Your marriage is like the bed you lay. Your marriage will give to you what you give to it, the energy you give to it, the sacrifices you give to it, for everything. My wife I used to yap her sometimes. My wife is extremely very reciprocal. And I think it's a nature in most women. I've noticed, even when I was studying feminism and all that, feminist philosophy, stupid stuff in school. Women will naturally give you what you give them. So, as a man, you're already a married man, you see your wife as a devil, she will be a devil to you. And you'll be treating her as a devil, she'll give you devil ×2. But the moment you decide in your mind to start treating this woman well, taking care of her, talking to her nicely, talking to her with respect, be like a servant leader. She will respect you. She will submit. She will do everything well for you. Women are, anyway, that's just to add to what I said. Thank you, ma'am.
Fantastic. Fantabulous. I think we should just close. Emmy, that sentence alone is a very big